take back tomorrow. Take back all the time you borrowed. I'm no longer afraid to tell you that I need you, and I wish that you would come back for more.
Yeah, boy, that's what I'm talking about. A little bit of Red is Recovery, Chilling Like Freeman, the greatest song you never heard. All right, that's all I'm going to say. The greatest song you've never heard. Okay, it's Sunday night. You know, we got a lot going on the show tonight. Of course, before we get into that, please allow me to introduce you to my host, my co-host with the most, Mr. Cenros. What's up, brother?
Howdy, howdy.
Howdy, I'm about it. So, Cenros, how's your week been, man? You missed last week's stream.
Yeah. No, I think I've been coming down with something, dude. My whole throat is like swollen.
The throat goat.
Yeah, dude, it really sucks.
Yeah, well, unfortunately, it's that time of year. A lot of people get cooped up inside, and you're not outside to, get away from the germs, and, it just builds up over time, I guess, and you end up just getting sick. I found that people who stay inside more during the winter end up sick than people who are outside. And you would think that because your mother always told you going outside, oh, it would be cold. It'd be cold to go outside. You're going to catch a cold if you go out there. And then it's like, well, I'm already really sick if I get in here. What's up, Tina? Welcome to the stream. Welcome. Tina Catherman.
I've been drinking warm liquids and I have food coming that has more warm liquids and hopefully will help the swelling go down.
You know, I heard Mary Poppins once said a spoonful of sugar helps the medicine go down. So maybe throw some sugar in that
Yeah,
bitch.
I've been taking my medicine. I freaking hate that stuff.
Yeah. Can you actually add sugar to medicine, or is that like Mary Poppins just trolling us for?
I think you can, but you have to be really careful because it can also be a catalyst. And some medicines, it might actually like go kaboom.
You can blow up medicine with sugar. Is that what
Oh
you're trying to
yeah,
tell me right now? You know,
most definitely.
I remember when I was a kid, right? The doctors would give us like this bubble gum type antibiotic that was so good. And when my daughter was little, they would give it to us sometimes for my daughter, and my freaking daughter's mom would drink that crap. And I'm like, that's for our kid, dude. Why? I can't help it. It's so good. Well, then go drink. It's like Pepto, but like it was way better. It was like refrigerate it.
I know which one you're talking about. I believe that's sulfa, and I am actually allergic to that.
Oh, that sucks. You missed out. How was your weekend, Tina? Everything good? Everything good over there? You enjoying life? Life's good. Life's real good. We're really growing. I mean, granted, we're not like viral growing, but we're growing steady, and that's all we want, right? I think once I get over 2,000 subscribers, I think I'll feel a lot better about the channel because there's so many channels out there that have like 1,200 because they only do that because they want to get monetized and then they don't care after that. But I think
1.7 ain't bad.
no, that's not bad at all. We're getting there, man. We're getting there, and we love every one of them.
No, most definitely. Well, most definitely.
I noticed it goes up and then goes down. Living the dream, that's beautiful. We're all living. Although that brings up the question: are we living in a simulation? And Elon
Get out of
Musk
here with that
and
bull crap.
no, I'm telling
God
you, dude.
dang it.
Listen to me. I'm telling you, Elon Musk and who's Neil deGrasse Tyson both think that we live in a simulation.
So I have this to say. If they think we live in a simulation, could that not be part of the simulation?
Yeah, maybe this part of the simulation is that we're living in a simulation.
And that would just be another part of the simulation that we're living in a simulation of a simulation.
See, that's exactly what I'm talking about. It sounds pretty accurate to you, doesn't it?
And then the simulation of the simulation is actually a simulation of us living in a simulation, which is a simulation of us living in a simulation of the simulation.
Oh my. What did I
Does your
just
brain hurt yet?
Oh man, what am I doing here? Okay, I was like, the chat disappeared, but then it was white, and then I'm trying to bring up the Neil deGrasse Tyson video where he talks about the odds of us living in a simulation. Because
It's never zero.
it's never zero, right? And if we are, then God and everything. I put Neil deGrasse.
Neil deGrasse Tyson.
Neil Mike Tyson. I bet you there's a funny mix between Mike Tyson and Neil deGrasse.
Oh, God.
Neil deGrasse Mike Tyson. I'm here for it. If anybody out there wants to make me a Neil deGrasse Mike Tyson mix on.
Exactly, Dex. Exactly.
What did you say? I missed it.
He said, I think I saw that movie.
Neil deGrasse Mike Tyson? I'd watch that.
I think he means The Matrix.
All right. This is Star Talk with Neil deGrasse Tyson. And for some reason, that is not the window I'm looking at right now.
Come on, man. Get your head in the game.
Dude, you know what? I'm a content creator. I am not a streamer. So you guys, this is what you get. You know, you take what you get with me. All right. I will try my best to be funny though. Every chance
Neil
I get.
deGrasse Tyson super punch out. Make it happen.
Yeah. Oh my God, that would be so sick, dude. You had to go punch out like Bill Nye the Science Guy
Oh, yeah.
to be the greatest communicator in the history.
Punch out Kent Hovind.
All right, I gotta shrink myself. Got to put myself down in the corner.
That
here.
sounds like a personal problem.
I got to put myself down in the corner down here. Look, you know what? I'll tell you what. It might, I might not know everything about streaming, but I will at least add that you get a nice presentation when I am streaming. I got the green screen behind me, so you guys can. I'm not taking up a little bit more of the screen. So this is Neil deGrasse Tyson's. We're gonna get into, if anybody's here for the Savannah stuff, we're gonna get into that in a couple minutes. But first, I just wanted to. We got to break into something weird to start this show off, and what better way than to talk about Neil living in a simulation and hearing it from one of the smartest people on a planet. Even though I think sometimes his takes are horrible, but.
Would our lovely host be willing to shoot me a link?
No.
Well, shit.
No, it's all right. I'm sending it to you right now. Where are you, Cenros? Where are you? By the way, Cenros is a Twitch streamer, so if you guys want to follow him, I'll put a link in the description below. Looks like the video starts at 4 seconds.
Chuck,
4 seconds, but we can start at 5. This guy next to him in this video looks very familiar to me. Does he look familiar to you?
He does.
Like he was on a TV show or something at one point. That's what it looks like to me. All right, you ready to get started? 5 seconds.
Yep, I'm ready.
All right, 3, 2, 1.
I've been public on the fact that I'm waiting for someone to convince me that we don't live in a simulation.
Oh, he's strong.
I've heard you say it.
The arguments put forth have been quite convincing to me. And most of the best arguments are traceable to a guy named Nick Bostrom, a philosopher
Dex? Welcome, brother.
at the University of Oxford.
Or
Okay.
sister.
Here's the argument. Ready?
Go ahead.
Our computing power is growing rapidly.
Right.
We create simulations of worlds. We have video games with characters that are inside the video game.
Right.
Imagine a day where you can simulate a world so perfectly with life forms, humans,
Carl
so
Sagan
well
is the final boss.
that you
I
can
love that.
recreate every single neurosynaptic thought you could have, but now you're in the simulation on the computer,
So,
including the perception of free will.
well, there you have it. Because then, so now you would have enough computing power to imbue the Sims inside of the program with all of the human traits that we possess now.
Correct. Not only our human traits,
Not
but the
on-
world.
but the world.
The world itself.
Right.
And you don't have to have all the world existing there at all times.
Right.
That might be an unrealistic amount of computing power.
Right.
You just need
Enough of the world that they see around them.
nothing that they see around them.
Right.
So you want to start digging.
I kind of hope we
and
live in a
have-
simulation.
And haven't put the Earth there. There's a flag that goes up in the programmer, and they say, "Up, need more Earth." So they
Right.
put Earth beneath you while you can keep digging.
It's like the Truman Show.
Yeah, well, for example.
Right.
Okay.
Cool.
Or does Minecraft you can build
Or
stuff?
Minecraft.
Right.
Oh, that is Minecraft.
Right. Okay.
God, that guy's a brilliant genius. Okay.
So and we went to
I
the
keep
moon.
thinking
It's
he's
okay,
you're
let's make
talking
sure the
when
moon
he
is there.
talks.
Right.
Okay.
He has that deep
Maybe
voice
that's
like you
why
do.
we can't travel faster than the speed of light. Because if we could, we'd be able to get to another galaxy
Before they could program it.
that galaxy. So much fun.
All right, pause it right there, Cenros. What do you think? What do you think of that? Do you even know?
Oh,
do you even
it's-
understand what he just said?
Thankfully, it's just a hypothesis and not an actual, it's true.
Well, I mean, the whole idea of trying to go faster than the speed of light is something that humankind has wrestled with for a long time. What's up, Trouble? Good to see you. It's
Yeah, imagine people using no-clip and aimbots.
Oh, dude. In real life, I feel like the people who are like the Aaron Rodgers of the world use aimbots to throw. They were
Oh,
like
God.
maybe you weren't born with talent. Maybe you were born with better attributes like in a wrestling game than other people.
My stamina stat, my charisma stat is just jacked.
Well, then someone needs
But-
to mother load or Rosebud character. Yeah, I agree. Like, then what God would be like the moderator, and then there's someone above him who runs everything else. Right?
My brain hurts.
Yeah, we're jumping right into the hardcore stuff right off the bat. All right. What were some of the things you wanted to talk about tonight, Cenros? I know now that we got past our little brain teaser to get the show going, should we talk about? I I guess there's probably people in here who wanted to hear about the Savannah thing that's going on. I'm not gonna tell you who I've been talking to in Pierogi's family, just because I want to respect their privacy. But they're very, very sweet people. That's all I'm gonna tell you guys. And Pierogi's, they're all rallying around him to help him try to get himself together. That's all. That's pretty much what I'll tell you guys about that. But they're such a nice family. Couple cool things that happened for any of you guys that watched my fish tank stuff. Reddit Jimmy reached out to me. I did 2 videos on him. I'm gonna do an interview with him. I still have that interview with Summer planned. She told me just to let me know when to bring her on, and she would try and work with me. So I work 2 jobs though, guys, and I honestly was gonna focus on like the ending of Fish Tank, but then all of this drama with Savannah and Pierogi happened, and then I kind of got myself like mixed up in all that. So then it kind of took my attention away from Fish Tank a little bit. But TJ won Fish Tank, in case anybody didn't know. Spoiler alert. But I'm sure anybody who actually cares probably already knows this. And he beat Shinji in a boxing match to win the whole thing. Cole never made it to the end though, Cenros. I'm not sure if you kept up on Fish Tank after the last time we talked about it.
Nope.
TJ was like the small guy who used to like rock in the corner when he first got there. He would just be in a chair just going like this back and forth. I'm sure that's got to be weird hearing me talk like into the microphone like that.
Oh, definitely.
I love seeing so many new names in the chat tonight. If you guys want to keep the conversation going when we're not streaming, feel free to join our Discord. Cenros will post you guys a link in there. That's where our little community is developing of all people who enjoy either talking about stuff that's going on the internet, not necessarily drama. Sometimes we talk about weird things like this, like, simulation, hypothesis, and Trouble's in there, and she knows way too much for her own good. So that's fun. And, of course, you got Cenros, who makes himself available to pretty much everybody who needs him, and he'll talk to you guys. And, of course, I pop in there. I pop in there from time to time as well, and you guys can hit me up in the voice chat and, honestly chat with me if you want. That's usually a membership thing, but, we're giving you guys a break for a little bit, so, you'll see me pop up in there once in a while, and you guys can hop in and pick my mind about stuff.
We tried that, Trouble, and it broke the stream.
Yeah, Trouble. I tried using Streamlabs to stream to multiple places, but for some reason it just doesn't let me do it. I tried to stream to Facebook. I don't know if it's because YouTube's my primary stream source. Cenros suggested maybe making Twitch my primary stream source and then filtering it out to other ones because, right now we're only on stream. But I did make a Kick profile. Not that anybody on Kick would really care what I have to say because I'm not like harassing people in the street. They should change Kick to just IRL streaming. Or, girls doing sexually suggestive things for attention. See, Kick don't care. Kick will let you stream with your top off, I think.
Yes.
But, yeah, so I would say, like, Kick's like the HBO of streaming, where Twitch is more like the... I don't know. What would you consider Twitch? I know it's in trouble. But that's good for a lot of you smaller streamers on Twitch because it's going to grow. You guys have an opportunity to get stepped up now that Pokemon's... Oh, yeah, that's right. Pokemon's quitting. Do you think she's quitting or do you think she's moving to another platform, Cenros?
Probably moving.
You think she's moving? Where would you guess that she'd probably be going?
I have no clue.
Some good takes.
If I had to guess, probably to YouTube.
You think she's coming here?
Probably.
YouTube does scout creators from other websites like TikTok. They got that one guy who was like the #1 TikToker who just pretty much reacts to stuff like, oh. Do you know who I'm talking about? Are you a big TikToker? No? I am not a big TikToker.
In other news, Daniel Larson got arrested.
Daniel Larson? You got a link for some info on that and how we can watch this guy get arrested? So if you don't know who Daniel Larson is, he's a bit of a locale. And also, before we get into the Daniel Larson thing, I just want to mention I have not heard back from Savannah yet as far as an interview. So we're going to keep our eyes out. Maybe she'll come around. I think that she's probably working on her next video to try to clear her name a little bit. So she probably would not want to interview with me until she gets that next video out. And once it simmers down, she'd probably be more open to talking to me. But right now, I think she's just doing everything she can to dig herself out of a hole. But all right, send me something for D Larson so that I can take a look at what happened here. I'll tell you what. You know who's got a really good Daniel Larson documentary is Nick Nobody. He has a really good one. He's a growing YouTuber.
So I actually have the Daniel Larson wiki up right now.
Do you? Can you send me that so I can put it on the stream for the stream? As you can tell, guys, we're not like really great streamers. We're just kind of lame when it comes to it. But you know what? As long as
Speak
you
for
guys
yourself. I'm amazing.
Well, you get to play games, bro. If I was sitting here playing games and not trying to entertain you like this was a TV show, it'd probably be a lot better. But you know what? It is what it is.
I'm amazing right now.
Are you? What do you do on your stream, Cenros? I'm going to go streaming one time. I'm going to stream one time when you're streaming on Twitch and you're not going to know I'm there. And then I'm going to re-stream you onto my stream. And then we're all going to sit here and just kind of pick apart your stream and tell you what you're doing wrong.
Hey, by all means, just come into my regular stream and do that.
I'm just kidding. I wouldn't do that to you. Kick equals, hey, want to regret doing things later? Yeah, dude. Oh, my God. That's why, like, their face people is, like, Ice Poseidon and Jack Doherty, dude, and Neon. Like, if that's the place you want to associate with, then good for you, man. I'd much rather be associated with people like Mr. Beast and Oompaville and stuff like that. But yeah, like Kick is like definitely not like the up and up or most desirable place to be. But apparently they give out huge contracts. So Kick, if the money's right, I would happily come over there. So, just putting that out there. All 4 or 5 of the people watching my stream. He does. Oh my God. He does look like Trump trouble. Like a little tiny Donald Trump. I never noticed that. What are you doing over there, Cenros?
I am waiting to see the thing pop up on stream. Talk about it.
Oh, you got to tell me that you sent it to me, bro.
Oh, I thought you were waiting for it.
No, I do. I got ADHD, man. You need to explain things to me like I'm a child.
Philly, I sent you the message.
All right, here we go. All right.
Make sure you clean behind your ears.
The jail arc. I'm going to read this to you guys. On February 3rd, 2024, Daniel Larson was arrested for evasion of justice. That means that he was trying to avoid, I guess, maybe a trial or something like that. I'm sure that Troublemaker's going to correct me on anything I get wrong here, but that's good. We need that. Daniel Larson was arrested for evasion of justice after reportedly not showing up for court. I was right. In violation of the terms of his PR bond. Unlike his previous arrests, the court had started to crack down on him after several failures to appear, putting him away in jail with a $20,000 bond. So, needless to say, he's not going to be getting out of there anytime soon.
Oh, hell no.
After several days, eventually added up to weeks of purposely missing court in favor of doing things such as going to college and focusing on his career as a celebrity, Daniel was eventually arrested on the 3rd of February for evasion of justice. I would love to see that video. Is there a video out of him being arrested yet? I'm surprised that
I don't think so, but what I do know is his college is him learning about the ancient history of Texas and the ancient cities of Texas. Like,
is that what he's been telling people?
Tallahassee. It's
Trouble
not
says you
real.
violated parole. I guess that, I mean, if you don't show up when you're expected to appear parole, that they would come and arrest you the same. So that makes sense. Here's the
yeah.
arrest. All right, the arrest. Daniel went live earlier in the day, allegedly at the end of the live on TikTok. He said that a cop car went around the block 3 times looking for Daniel. However, he wasn't worried since he hadn't done anything bad. Abruptly, he said he's going into lockdown, and the stream ended, according to a subreddit user. Daniel's management said that Daniel got arrested whilst on the phone with Clark. I don't know. Should I make Trouble a moderator? Do you want to be a moderator, Trouble, since you're here and you're in the Discord and stuff? I usually do it for people who tend to go above and beyond the call of joining our calls. I'll just throw her as one if she wants to. And if she wants to do it, she can probably take herself off. Well, it's not, I mean, you just basically, you don't have to do anything. We're not that big. But you can correct people, or if someone says something that you hate or racist. I mean, Cenros does it too. But if you don't want to do it, that's fine. I can always just take you back off. So let's go back to the arrest. I already added her as one, so I'll just leave it to you. If you hate it, I mean, I'm not expecting you to do anything, Trouble, but if you end up hating it, I'll just take you back off of it. But it's just, makes us look like we're more organized.
In other news, my DoorDasher is driving around in circles like an idiot.
Oh, I always really enjoy hearing your stories of DoorDashes, because what happened last time with the DoorDasher?
They decided not to heed my advice and then drove to the wrong house and then had to drive all the way back.
Oh, that's right. I remember it was, last night, Kat was ordering something and the DoorDasher brought her like the wrong order, but it was like more food. And then like the nuggets she ordered for herself were like the spicy ones. So like I love them and she hates them. So it actually ended up working out in my favor. I was able to have a late dinner.
See, I've had that happen to me. They gave me, so I went and ordered McDonald's. Ooh. And then I had ordered 2 quarter pounders and fish fillet sandwich. Well, they sent me 3 fish fillet sandwiches, which was completely wrong. So I told them the order was wrong. Hi, Kat. And they gave me my money back, and I got to keep food.
I definitely got to add Kat as a moderator. All right. That's it. We're good with moderators now. Anybody else who joins, unless you join every stream and talk to us in Discord and do stuff for the channel, and then
I will be right back. I'm going to go grab my food.
All right, I'm going to continue with the arrest while he goes and does that. All right, Daniel went live earlier in the day. Allegedly, at the end of the live on TikTok, he said that a cop car went around the block 3 times looking at Daniel. However, he wasn't worried since he hadn't done anything bad. I guess he's discounting all the things he did previously to this that would lead to the cop car looking for him in the first place. Abruptly, he said he's going into lockdown, and the stream ended. According to a subreddit user, Daniel's management said that Daniel got arrested whilst on the phone with Clark. Clark must be like somebody who's like a handler of Daniel. Daniel was arrested on a fugitive warrant, specifically evasion of justice, which is commonly for evading a court prosecution, which involves fleeing the state, such as hearing. Daniel was booked in Arapahoe County in Colorado. Okay, what's going on? Okay, it's still there. All right, cool. I need to fix this so that it's a little or easier to read. Okay, cool. So that's Daniel Larson. I want to see if there's got to be a stream about this. Daniel Larson live final for a while. So that was 1 day ago. So this must be the... Yeah, this is the one where he must have been arrested. So we'll watch this while Cenros is getting his DoorDash done. And I'll send him the link just in case he wants to watch it with us when he comes back. So, so Daniel Larson trouble is like a lolcow from TikTok. He's got a lot of people have a lot of interesting things to say about him. And I personally think he's mentally challenged. I really do. But he's also very gullible. So he got a phone and he started streaming, and people in the chat would tell him to do things. And since he was gullible and he doesn't have a very high IQ, he would just do them because people in the chat were telling him to. One time he was convinced that like he was FBI, and another time he was convinced he was a pop star who sold 300 million records because that's what people online told him. So he doesn't really have a whole lot of guidance. So this was his last stream, I think. That haircut in the picture is from two guys who found where Daniel was and offered to give him a haircut, and then they only buzzed right down the middle and then ran away from him.
I have till tomorrow. I still need to get $200
Look how popular he is
for my storage unit.
This guy is huge online, like literally huge. Now, I don't know if anybody gives him money or not, but he's definitely very, very popular. But he can't stay in a home because he keeps getting kicked out because he doesn't know how to behave himself. He definitely does have Florida man vibes. You're right, Trouble. Tina's a troublemaker, too. Surround ourselves with some troublemakers. That's what I'll say. What is he doing? Is he saying anything, or is he just walking? He looks like he's almost like running from someone. There's no like chapters on here. Oh, the people do donate to him. What a life, dude. He looks like he's constantly looking around like someone's chasing him or something. Now, this guy, again, I think this guy's mentally challenged. And how many people are watching him? 1.6 thousand people are watching Daniel Larson stream, dude. What am I doing wrong? I guess I'm not like constantly destroying my life, so that might not be as fun to watch as him. And he goes into places, pulls fire alarms. I remember one time someone told him that he convinced an entire Olive Garden that the Olive Garden was soliciting nudes of him throughout the store. So he went there to go arrest them all. Dude, I'm telling you, the stuff that happens with this guy is absolutely insane. I want to get to a point like where he's actually talking.
Now that it's getting closer to spring break, I'm not sure.
Look at all that money coming in. Those are all donations at the top. Somebody put times 130, so it could be pennies. They could be given no.
I do have class again today, unfortunately. So I'm only on like an hour break right now, which is not great because it limits now.
Yeah, it's messed up what people do to him.
It limits how much I can actually make financially.
I want to go see if there's some the cop car part, because I'll show you guys Like, I'll show you guys who Daniel Larson is so that you guys can see. We'll watch Nick Nobody's thing. But yeah, this is supposedly his last live.
$8.99. Joshua Block got arrested.
I think that might be it. Yeah. Oh wait.
Joshua Block got arrested in New York.
This must be whoever recorded this had problems with their stream. Imagine just running around though like this. All right, I'll show you guys. I'll show you guys who he is. His Daniel Larson documentary got like a ton of views. Yeah, he's at 41,000. He's flying up the damn subscriber count. I can't keep up with him, but he puts together really nice documentaries. So this is the Daniel. This is just his haircut incident. Okay, this is one example of him, you know, being led astray by people who are supposed to be helping him.
So guys, I'm getting a haircut here. Just hey, slow down there, slow down.
Now this guy's in his 20s,
Hey,
and he
Granny.
looks like an elderly
I
man.
finally got my haircut done.
Oh boy, I'm in so big trouble.
Yeah, because the guys ran away from him.
Now,
He thought that they were going to finish up the other sides, but they ended up
I'm in
running
so
from
much
him.
trouble.
Oh my god, look at this dude's head. You know, after making an hour-long documentary on this guy and watching him stick a whole bunch of things up his you'd think nothing would faze me anymore.
Yeah,
when
he
it
has a
came
problem
to
with
Daniel
stuffing
Larson. But
things
when
up
this
his
image popped up in my Discord the other
behind.
day, I lost my shit. This has been the funniest incident in the Daniel Larson story so far.
Hey, old Granny. I finally got my haircut done.
Happy Halloween, everyone. Today we're gonna talk about
Yeah,
the
you
Daniel
see-
Larson haircut incident.
Can you see like how easily he is to manipulate and to tell him things and he'll believe it? That's nothing though compared to like what
Horror.
other things he's done.
What timestamp are
He's
we?
obsessed with this. He was obsessed with this 13-year-old girl that was on America's Got Talent. Yeah, it's
Mix that
it's
with
not
unchecked
funny,
mental illness,
but
and
you
you
know
get a
the
dumpster
internet
fire
trouble.
that people can't stop watching. So much so that there is an entire Wikipedia page dedicated
He's
to
like the
detailing
new
his
Chris
days.
Chan.
March 31st, Daniel is kicked out of a Dave & Buster's
But
for
at
a
the end
bomb
of the day,
threat.
you're right,
Daniel
like-
goes live on TikTok in a park and asks someone to call the police due to death threats. The park venue
like what we're doing is we're making fun of a mentally challenged guy. At the end of the day, that's what this is. We're making fun of a mentally challenged guy. It doesn't like you can say that, you know, the stuff that he says when he was talking about I'm sending it right over, Sen. The stuff you were talking about when, you know, I totally lost my train of thought, but yeah, we're talking about a mentally challenged dude. It's not like the funny stuff that you see that like smart. And I wanted to say he's not smart, but he does actually make some interesting stuff. But he was obsessed with this girl, and this girl was like 13. Jeez, dog. Whew. You would never believe the smells that a small chihuahua can make. It smells like poop.
I've
Literally.
actually watched this already.
Yeah, we did. We watched a little bit of it, but the people in the chat were asking about
No, like I watched it already myself.
Yeah, I was showing some of the people in chat because they wanted to know more about Daniel Larson. I think this is the best.
Daniel was live
beside
at Evacuates
Turkey
after
Tom's.
Daniel informed
You would actually probably like this guy, Trouble, because he's like Turkey Tom-ish, and I don't know if you might like the way that he covers things better than Tom does. Good Lord, dude. Did he poop?
They're gassing you out over there.
Dude, this dog, I'm telling you, earlier, me and Kat were sitting at the computer together working on stuff, and he crawled right up underneath of us and just started letting him rip, dude. And he's all the way on the other side of the room, and I could smell it this bad. Yeah, can you turn the fan on? My God. Oh. All right, we'll go back to this real quick. I'm at 54 seconds then. we're just gonna skim through and do a couple things just to kind of introduce Daniel Larson to them.
I'm sorry, my headset got tangled. What did you say?
54 seconds is where I'm at in this video. If you want to tag along.
Hold on. I'm at 52.
52 is fine. All right, 3, 2, 1.
Informs them of a sniper. And this is like a normal day for this guy. Daniel has become notorious for many things, like his obsession with Grace Vanderwall. While she's 19 now, Daniel has been obsessed with trying to be with her romantically ever since he first saw her on America's Got Talent when she was only 12 years old. Or his internet freakouts where he screams and yells at the...
So this is why a lot of people have targeted him, because they believe that like his attraction to her makes him a map. And even if it does, I don't think that Daniel has the intelligence to really understand why it's wrong to be attracted to someone so young. That doesn't make it okay. But the guy is definitely not all there intelligence-wise. And I think that a lot of people fail to realize that, and they just chalk it up that he's like a gross pervert. But when you see how easily he is manipulated into saying things, then you might get a better understanding of why he might even liked Grace in the first place.
Yeah, he very much exhibits childlike tendencies. Most likely has some kind of autism.
Yeah, I think that you're right, and I think that he probably does have the mental fortitude of someone who's like 12 or 13. All right, I'm going to keep going. I'm at 114. 3, 2, 1.
camera, sometimes getting so worked up he starts punching himself in the face.
Now that's him
and
hitting
his delusions
himself,
of
literally.
grandeur, fully believing he's a famous celebrity and a successful music artist. Whether you know nothing about Daniel at all or you're a seasoned larcenist, this
I'd
breakdown's
say
gonna be
trouble.
good. It has highs, it has lows.
What's your tag on you?
It's Daniel Larson.
Daniel Larson.
It's one of the most insane stories on the internet.
The motel! The motel just threatened to kill me!
Get out of my car.
Stop! The motel threatened to kill
The
me!
motel
This is
threatened
the
to kill
decay
me,
of Daniel
probably
Larson.
because his chat was telling him that the motel was trying to kill him, and he probably believed
Daniel
it.
Larson was born on November 15th,
There's certain people in
1998, making him
his circle who
24
work
years
really,
old
really
right
hard
now.
to get
At a
his
very
trust
young
so that they
age,
can
Daniel
tell him to
claims
do
he was
things.
diagnosed with a multitude of developmental disabilities. Growing up, he was abused by his mother to the point where he would eventually be removed from her care. He would be placed
All right,
in
pause that real quick. So, growing up, he was literally violently abused by his mom. I don't know if that maybe affected his mental, the way that his brain formed. When babies, like especially if she did it to him while he was a baby, that could definitely affect him permanently moving on in the rest of his life. So, you know, we can laugh at him for the things that he does, but at the same time, we also have to remember that this guy has had a rough go, and we don't know how he would have turned out if, like, all this stuff that he does could be directly related to what his mother did to him when he was a child. So before everybody laughs and, you know, makes videos being like, oh my God, this guy's crazy, you know, just keep that in mind, all right? And, you know, maybe we'll get somewhere showing a little bit of compassion in our lifetimes. You got anything for that, Sen?
No, currently right now I'm just kind of looking to see if he has any actual. Oh God, he's the same age as me.
Yeah, Tina, people have tried to help him. They've put him in homes, but he ends up destroying the homes. Like the autism, I guess, a good way to consider it is like if you've seen Something About Mary, when like if anybody touches that dude, like the dude's earphones, he goes violent. And I guess that there's some kind of triggers in Daniel's life that happen where he gets overly stimulated and then he just starts wrecking things around him. Like he's I'd almost say like he's a 7 or 8 year old mentally. I think maybe even 12 or 13 is giving him too much credit. So when he throws a temper tantrum, he just starts hitting, like breaking things around him.
So from what I can see, he does not just have autism, he also has severe bipolar and schizophrenic disorders.
Even more to consider when looking at him in the future. Yeah, so a lot of people, and me personally, I understand why people make videos about him. I mean, look at this. This was posted 3 months ago. It has 930,000 views. So it's easy to see why people cover him. It doesn't necessarily make it right and okay, especially, people laughing and stuff like that. But I don't want to be a Debbie Downer. I understand the entertainment value. Like, I'm not stupid. I understand what makes him entertaining to look at. But it doesn't necessarily make it okay. All right, I'm at 207. You ready to keep going?
Give me 2 seconds. All right.
All right, 3, 2, 1.
In foster care and eventually be taken in by his grandmother, Nancy Scheimer. Daniel would tell this entire story in a now deleted TikTok. This recounting of events can be confirmed by a news segment run on KWGN. The story was on the Tennyson Center, a rehabilitation facility for children who suffered from physical and emotional abuse.
The Tennyson Center for Children has become one of the Rocky Mountain region's leading treatment centers for emotionally and crisis-affected children, particularly those suffering from abuse and neglect.
Part of the story features Daniel at a very young
Like,
age
you can
running
see just the
around,
way he's
even in an interview with
rocking
his
and
grandmother.
all
When
that
he came
stuff.
to
Clear
Tennyson
tendencies of
almost 3 years
autism right
ago,
there.
he was very angry and confused and feeling very uncertain about his life and where he belonged and what was going to happen.
It seems like for the next handful of years, Daniel's life got better. He even left the Tennyson Center with this message.
Thank you for having me. It was a pleasure being here. And it did a lot to help me. I made lots of friends. I learned how to do stuff I never knew how to do before. And it's much better now. Thank
you could see
It wasn't
clearly
until
see
his
just
grandmother
how
eventually passed away where this story goes downhill
helpless
again.
he is.
A friend of Daniel's grandmother, Bob Proctor, would try and step up and help Daniel like his grandmother once did. Bob is someone Daniel calls his mentor, and he frequently tries to improve Daniel's life. For example, he tried to help Daniel's music career by buying him beats for him to rap over, blessing us with creations like this.
I am the king, hand me my crown. I gotta smile and you gotta frown.
This job would prove to be much too difficult.
See,
but
tell
in
me,
order
like,
to
that's
talk
not,
about all the Bob Proctor incidences, we
what
must
a
start from the
kid
beginning of
in
this story.
middle
Daniel
school would be
Larson
doing.
uploaded his first TikTok on March
Yep.
30th, 2020, and would never stop posting from that day on. Most of the things he would post in the beginning were incoherent ramblings about wanting to be a musician or an actor. And the people that would come across Daniel's posts would sarcastically lean in and encourage him. With Daniel's odd look and eccentric speech and behaviors, it did not take long to rack up quite the following on TikTok. Eventually, Daniel's ego would get so large from all the fake support he was
It
getting
is insane
that
how
he would announce
different
he's
he
running
looks
for
throughout his whole
president.
journey.
Hello, this is Daniel Larson. I am planning on running for president in the future.
I shouldn't laugh,
If
but
you think that that's a good
I mean, you
idea,
can see the
please
appeal about
click
this guy.
the thumbs up.
To this day, some of his fans still call him Mr. President. By this point, Daniel had gained a cult following, as people saw him as the next Chris Chan. His lolcow status would further cement itself with the introduction of the fog. The fog is a phenomena that started happening to Daniel's videos. Something had happened to Daniel's front camera.
Pause it real quick. Cenros, I'm at 442. You'll see who his mentor is in a little bit. His mentor and his relationship's really toxic trouble. But so Cenros, I mean not Cenros. Sorry, Cenros. Daniel Larson's has chapters throughout his life where like people will document the time in which he was streaming was known as the such and such era. So this was the fog era where he just had like something covering the camera that he would shoot on himself. If they don't say on their medication, they just act out. He needs a mental health facility and would continuously monitor his medication and put him in programs to help him cope with his illness. I agree, Tina. I agree. I myself am shocked how he's never been admitted to a mental health hospital. Hopefully, and the court system arrests him, charges him, fines him, and then sends him out. Like, this guy's gonna get eaten alive in prison. If you think that,
chances are he's not actually going to go. He'll be admitted to a
psychiatric
clinical,
hospital, hopefully.
Yeah, a psychiatric facility, and it will be just like prison. Just they'll be able to better help him.
Because not only
deal
that,
with this stuff.
But regardless of what's going on with his mind, he is a direct threat to civilians. You know what I mean? Like him being allowed to roam free is a danger to people because of his violent tendencies when he gets too worked up, you know?
Well, seeing as one of the videos I saw of him, he got kicked out of a hospital and then said that he was going to perform a owling of the hospital.
See, now the scary thing is like he might actually can try to do it. Now I don't know if he would have like the intelligence to be able to put something like that together, but I definitely think that he's capable of if someone tells him enough and is in his ear enough to go do something horrible like this, he would do it.
I'm glad you picked up on that because that was so cryptic.
Yeah. Well, we've been friends for like 4 months now.
Yep.
All right, let's keep going. I'm at
442.
Yep. All right, 3, 2, 1.
Causing it to be blurry. At certain points, you could barely even make out what was going on the screen. And Daniel, not being technically savvy, continued to post like business as usual. This spawned a community of memes surrounding the fog and a running gag until the fog disappeared altogether. At this point,
This
Daniel's
guy's got
casual
Reddit
viewers started
dedicated
turning
to
into
him.
full-on
Whole entire
trolls.
subreddit's
People
dedicated
started
to
to
him.
realize how easy it was to trick Daniel into saying or doing crazy things. Calling Daniel gullible would be an understatement. If you made an account and named it after a record label and proceeded to offer Daniel a fake contract, odds are he would believe it. And this is how he's been tricked into doing a lot of the things we're going to talk about. At one point, Daniel's fake managers convinced him to tell everyone that he loved CP.
Hello, everyone. This is Daniel Larson. I love CP.
Yeah, that one's really bad.
Yeah, see, now Nick kind of does lay back. He doesn't like lay into him, but he also does try to point out like the humor and stuff, but you know, I personally, I paused at Cenros. I'm sorry, I don't know if I told you that.
No, you didn't.
Yeah, I'm at
532.
Yeah, and he's like basically easily manipulated. So people will come in, build his trust. Like he'll start like Daniel will recognize names who are on there, and I don't know if Daniel's got a Patreon or anything like that, but people will either email him or something and be like, listen, I'm a record producer at such and such records. We saw your music, which you clearly know is not music that would get sold in a store, but they'll be like, we would love to sign you. And then, you know, we'll put you in touch with such and such who's part of the PR campaign for you. So they'll tell you how to act and what to say, and we'll get you sponsors and we'll pay you. So one of the people messaged him was like, all right, here's your sponsor. Your sponsor, you know, is CP. So make sure in your video you tell everybody you love CP. And surely knowing that Daniel had no idea what he was saying he was loving. Make sense?
Oh, yeah.
All right, let's keep going. I'm at 532. All right, 3, 2, 1.
Daniel's interactions with his fans and his fake managers would only continue to ramp up from here. On October 29th, he would host a Zoom call where he would talk to his fans. Up until this point in the Daniel Larson story, things have been pretty tame. You might even feel bad for a mentally ill man with no guidance being constantly trolled online. But ladies and gentlemen, this is the point in the story that takes a very dark turn. And I promise your perception of Daniel will quickly change after this. On November 20th, 2020,
Hang on, pause it real quick. That part in the video with Nick where he says that your opinion of him is going to change because of what happens next. Again, this guy is reading up on some stuff, but sources aren't ideal. Yeah, I don't imagine the sources about him would be really strong because this guy, like everything everybody knows about this guy is strictly through his streams, and going through them is a pain in the ass. But like the way that Nick kind of painted that, like you're going to change your perspective of him. I know you probably feel bad for him now. I mean, that doesn't change, no matter what he does from here, it does not change the fact that he is still schizophrenic and he's mentally challenged. You know what I mean? Like that's not going to stop just because now people might have convinced him to do worse things, but that doesn't necessarily make it his fault. He doesn't know what he's doing, I'm betting half the time. And
he's like a child. He doesn't know, and that's why I fully believe, as much as, like you said, we want to laugh and make fun of him, he doesn't know what he's doing, and he needs to be helped.
Yeah, he should not be out and about like without a mentor, like Tina said, around him at some point,
or a handler.
I know there have been one guy, we'll see a little bit about him later, but there's been one guy who is actually pretty helpful to Daniel. But, yeah, most of the time he's by himself and, you know, and he gets kicked out of places left and right. All right, I'm going to get back into it. 3, 2, 1.
Pinterest account was found. Inside this account were some seriously concerning and disturbing things. He had boards of images filled with little girls, underage images of Grace VanderWaal, and even a map of the age of consent in the United States. After this information would leak, Daniel would post a TikTok apologizing. When his TikTok apology didn't get the heat off his back, he would resort to the age-old excuse: I was hacked. Now, anyone with a brain wouldn't believe this, but some people actually believed him due to Daniel's technological illiteracy. But then
Yeah, pause that real quick. If there was somebody who would be easily hacked, it could probably be Daniel Larson. Am I right? Sen? You there, buddy?
Yes.
Oh. Yeah, if there was somebody who could be hacked, it would be him. And it would be pretty easy for him to get hacked, I think. I'm jumping back in. 625. Go.
it was also discovered Daniel's YouTube channel had likes of children in unsavory positions, and he would also duet young children on TikTok as well. He also must have forgotten he posted another TikTok explaining that the Pinterest was his, and he would use it to, he would use it to, you know, don't make me say it, man. It's dark.
In the past, I used to use pictures of girls and masturbate to them.
Months would pass in the
You're
Daniel
right,
Larson
Tina.
story
Extremely
with all of
gullible.
the usual things. Incoherent
A
ramblings
scammer's
about
wet
being a
dream.
celebrity and dodging claims that he was a child predator.
Somebody was telling me of some type of social platform called Pinterest.
Pinterest.
Huh. I wonder what type of printer it uses.
At a certain point, Daniel would resort to blaming his managers and the media for all of this, and he would call it a smear campaign against him, if you can even believe that sentence. In April of 2021,
I
Daniel would
believe
post
it.
a tribute to Blake Shelton for Black Lives Matter. In the video, he shouts out
I will
Black
admit,
Lives
these
Matter
parts
and
here
starts
are
doing
kinda
jumping
funny.
jacks in the street.
This is for Blake Shelton and Black Lives Matter. Black Lives Matter.
I mean, if you don't think doing jumping jacks for BLM to try to end the riots was funny, I mean, I kind of find I can't help it, that one.
Black Lives Matter.
In another video,
He's
would do
trying to
jumping
help,
jacks
at
to
least.
get the George Floyd riots to stop.
This is for George Floyd. Rest in peace. Black Lives Matter.
His jumping jack forms is way off.
Dude, do
I don't
you
know why
see
he likes doing jumping jacks so much.
he
It's probably
puts his
people
hands
trolling him and
into
telling him
his
to do it, but yeah,
in a weird
I mean, enjoy
position.
it. At a certain point during the
Yes.
George Floyd riots, Daniel would actually believe that they were for him. He would then go on to make a series of videos
See, I
begging
c-
for the Daniel Larson riots to stop.
I mean,
Hello,
this part's
everyone.
kind of funny.
This is Daniel Larson.
As long as nobody's getting hurt.
Please stop burning cars and houses and buildings in Los Angeles. I am appalled at what you guys are doing. My own fans. This
Yeah.
is 30 seconds of silence.
This part
for the
is
people
pretty
who have
is
passed
like
away
at least somewhat
in
wholesome.
the Daniel Larson riots.
Convincing someone that all the riots
May
going on
1st,
are
Daniel
your
would
fault
make
and
a
you're
video
believing it. That,
sympathizing
I mean,
with
there's a little bit of
EDP445
comedic
over the
thing there.
allegations that they were both involved with.
Hello, this is Daniel Larson. I just wanted to shout out the YouTuber EDP445.
Trouble, you know EDP445? I'm sure you probably know
I am
his
sorry
story.
for the allegations against you. I am sorry. We are in this together. I have been there too. I hope we could possibly collaborate in the future.
can't
Pause
believe-
it. 9:34. So if you guys don't know EDP445, he's another Philly YouTuber. He, we don't claim him here. Just because he likes the Eagles and stuff doesn't make it okay for what he did. He gave a lot of Philly people a bad name. But anyway, somebody, a predator hunter, started getting in contact with EDP445 and actually ended up getting him to meet up with an underage girl, and they got the whole thing on tape and stuff like that. So this is what Daniel Larson's referring to when he says that, he's been there and stuff. Somebody probably told Daniel Larson it wasn't that and that it was something else that he's been through, and probably gave him a script to read off of, because it looked like he was kind of like reading off of something to respond to this. Any comments, Sen?
I actually watched a video on him, and yeah, it's really sad.
Who, EDP445?
Yeah.
He was actually growing really, really fast on YouTube too, and just the way he lied in that video too about not meeting up with this girl and saying he was there for cupcakes just made him a lot more hateable. He's been banned, I think, on every platform. He tries to make comebacks, but then someone always sees him and then flags him, so he doesn't get to stay on whatever platform he's on.
Nope.
All right, I'm at 934.
Yep.
3, 2, 1.
He made this. I can't believe he reached out to EDP, you know? May 6th, 2021 is another infamous day in
This
the
one's
Daniel
sad.
Larson history books. On this day, Daniel would announce he was quitting TikTok, but
Like,
not
this one's
before
messed
he would
up.
audition for an adult film. He would then go live on TikTok in front of almost 500 people and pull his pants down, flashing his genitals to the camera. This event would ultimately lead to getting his account banned the same day. Following the May 6th incident would
So
mark
he just
a new
creates
era
new
in the
ones
Daniel
after he
Larson
gets-
story, the headset era, due to the fact that Daniel began donning comically large gaming headphones in all of his videos, likely given to him by a troll. And the microphone on these headphones led to all of the audio in his videos sounding like this.
We have Interscope's security team, cybersecurity
I'm not laughing
team
at what he's
working
doing
on
or what happens to
everything
him.
right
I'm just
now.
laughing at the
headset
headphones.
era
The
produced
headphones
some
are kind of
great
funny.
videos. Some of these consisted
They
of
are.
Daniel talking about his accusations again and the allegations made against him while telling everybody not to believe him.
What's up, everybody? This is Daniel Larson. There is just now a text over social media that came up under Flex Burger. Please do not look at it. It's a picture of my dingling. For some reason, this guy has changed the text message in the entire thing to mean something different because of the accusations about me. Do not believe it. We have Interscope's security team, cybersecurity team, working on everything right now to clear everything. We're going to get it taken down off the media. Please stay tuned.
It was during this.
All right, you can pause it at 11:08. We're probably gonna move forward to some other parts in here, but yeah,
I'm sorry, I got a hearty laugh out of my dingling.
yeah, it's a picture of my dingling. I mean, there's certain parts of this that are hard not to laugh at. I mean, overall, it's a very sad situation, but I mean, there are some comedic parts there, like when he's screaming into the microphone, all you hear is the wind, because these headsets weren't made to be outside; they were just meant to be like in your living room gaming with. But to be honest, I wouldn't be shocked to like watching someone walk down the street with those headphones on, and a thing would not be out of the realm of shocking nowadays, because you would just imagine they were probably streaming, right?
Yeah.
So it's pretty much like. That's the case. It's I don't know. It's sad, but I can see the entertainment value in this. Doesn't make it right. There's plenty of other things you could watch. And especially for the people that like go into this guy's life to try to get him to do stuff. Those people are like horrible. Horrible. All right, let me move forward here and see what else. I want to get to. Oh, here's this part's pretty good. Where he goes to a karaoke bar or something. That's at 8:25. 18:25, I'm sorry.
Got it.
I used to wear Razer headphones when I biked, and I looked super good.
Yeah, I used to wear my Red Samurai headset out in public because I thought I was edgy.
Yeah, man. Why not? All
when
right.
I was 15.
Well, this guy has the mentality of a 5-year-old, so it makes sense that he would wear something like this and think that, it was cool. All right.
I'm at 1826. Can you accept 1826?
I'm in a fair mood tonight. I'll accept it. All right, 3.
Awesome.
2, 1.
Means that it's been a while since I was performing, basically.
A masterpiece. And somehow, just a month later, in August, he would be recorded performing this song live. Now, this is definitely an open mic, and the place looks pretty empty. But it's still pretty insane to see Daniel here on stage performing his song live. While it may seem like some positives were happening in Daniel's
Hang on, pause it right there, Cenros. I want to read Tina's comment real quick. My dad suffered from schizophrenia and PTSD. I was his guardian. It was really sad how gullible they are. My dad would tell people that he was a ex-CIA agent. Yeah, I can't imagine what it's like living with a family member like with it struggling with this. It's got to be incredibly hard because you never know probably what version of your parent you're gonna get. My dad suffers from bipolar. It's untreated, and you never know what mood he's gonna be in. It's gonna be scary sometimes. But I want to go back a little bit so that you guys can hear the song that he wrote. It actually was a pretty good song. I want to see where that's at.
interacting with him. A few weeks would pass. And he would release his first.
Okay, go to 1815. Send.
Got it.
All right. 3, 2, 1.
Produced song, Roaring Thunder.
It's been a long time. Never thought this would be.
It's been a long time means that it's been a while since
I've actually gone and listened to this song.
A
Do you think I'll be hang on? Do you think I pause it real quick? I want to go to the Daniel Larson song so we can listen to it. Daniel, something more. Look, he's literally on. He's considered a singer-songwriter, and what was the name of that song that he? I forget. I already forget what it was called. Wait, what? It's been a long time, and this is called Roaring Thunder. All right, let's listen to this real quick. Do you have to pay to listen? Oh, here it is. Oh, this is Daniel Larson's channel?
It's been a long time. Never thought this would be.
It's been a long
He
time.
had to have ripped those keys
it's
off
been
of
a while
another song or
since I
something.
was performing, basically. It's been a long time. Never thought this would be. Now we're.
Oh, did I not? I forgot to send you the damn link. I'm sorry, dude. Hang on.
Yep.
Listen, I told you guys will have to learn that I am not a professional streamer. Maybe down the road I'll get better at this, but right now I suck. I suck at it. All right, I'm at 026. Yeah, Tina, I props to you for being able to get through that. I can't imagine having to. The same thing with people who deal with parents who have dementia and stuff and forget who they are. It's got to be rough. I literally had to treat him like unfortunately the age numbers behind that hard there. And he was an alcoholic on top of it. Oh, yeah, I can't. It's a rough thing to have to deal with.
Yep.
All right, you ready, Sen?
Yep.
All right, 26. 026. 3, 2, 1.
We're in present day.
You always been mine, but I have to be.
You
free.
always been mine. So in other words, there's like. I added like a relationship side to it. So you always been mine.
Oh, yeah, the war. I would do
Basically
it.
refers to somebody. Okay. But I have to be free. That lyric makes it, but I want more, right? I want something more.
Golden sunsets, reflections on the sea.
Golden sunsets.
I wonder what he recorded this on. He must have had to
Reflections on the
record it on like his headphones or
That's
something.
basically imagery
Because the vocals actually aren't half bad.
for wanting something more.
No, there's a lot
that
of
could
auto-tune in
also,
it, though.
golden sunsets could be like the lights at the concerts, if you know what I mean. So it could be referred to as both things.
Roaring thunder, northern lights.
And then Roaring Thunder, Northern Lights, that could basically be, the concerts.
Through the night,
wonder who matched this up with his. If he's doing all this editing, then maybe he's not as far gone as we think he is. But then again, autistic people usually are very creative.
Yes.
Pounding hearts. That basically means that we're all like together. We're all one. Could also be, concerts. Epic voices could be all of the above, could be politics. It's basically wanting to get heard.
Everything changes, but love remains.
This has got to be like this dude's
Changes,
anthem.
But love remains.
This is like everything
is
he probably
now
wishes that he could have in his
that
life.
I'm in this position, now that I'm here,
Probably.
It's actually
that
really
situation.
heartbreaking.
So basically, the overall lyrics for the song was before my success, after my success, and then the bridge is looking back.
The sad thing is he probably thinks his success is from his songs and stuff and not because he pulled down his pants on TikTok.
So basically at the time, it was my first professional song. First off, the song took
Yeah, Tina,
about 3 months to write.
I mean, I definitely don't think he should be out in society, but you're right. I definitely
actually,
don't
to be
think he
honest,
should
took
be
me about
exposed to all the ridicule because none of us know what it's like
5
living with
minutes to write
schizophrenia.
it.
I mean, you probably know better
But,
than most
the
people,
overall
Tina, because of
process
what you went
took
through
3
with a
months.
family member.
Basically, I was going through a hard situation to where I was moving houses a lot because, friends
kept getting
and
kicked out of
family
them.
did not want to be involved in my career at the time. They thought, wow, this guy isn't going to be successful. This guy isn't going to, go anywhere with this. They were basically doing it mainly because I wanted to. It was my idea.
All right, so that was his song. We can go back to the documentary now. So we're covering all the bases, okay, guys. All right, I'm at 1825. Sen.
Hold on.
Roaring. Great. Now I'm gonna have this song stuck in my head all day. Roaring thunder. I'm holding on. What you got for me, son?
1826. All right for you.
That works for me, son.
All right.
All right. 3, 2, 1.
Means that it's been a while since I was performing, basically.
A masterpiece. And somehow, just a month later, in August, he would be recorded performing this song live. Now, this is definitely an open mic, and the place looks pretty empty. But it's still pretty insane to see Daniel here
It
on
could be
stage
acoustic
performing his song
karaoke
live.
too.
While it may seem like some positives were happening in Daniel's life, that never lasts long. On the same day he would do his first live performance, he would also post a 3-minute altercation he would have with his caretaker Jonas. This
Okay,
fight
so this is the
supposedly
first.
happened
This is
because
why.
his caretaker
This
wanted to
explains
take
why
his
like
phone
he's
away
having
from
so
him,
much trouble
which is
keeping
like
caretakers.
probably the best thing that he could have done for him. But Daniel's not giving up his phone. In this video, Daniel can be screaming, crying, and acting like he was assaulted. All things very common.
Look at
in
the
Daniel's
nice
story.
house he gets to live in.
Self-defense! I'm on the floor! I didn't do anything! I just did self-defense! I even have it on film with you trying to... Like, I don't even know anymore, and I'm afraid of you!
Following Daniel's argument with his caretaker, a new era would begin. The Mohawk era. I love this era. Look at this dude. With the advice
He reminds
from
me
trolls,
of
Daniel would decide to
Robert
give
De Niro
himself
from
a mohawk,
Taxi.
further adding to
Taxi
his insane
driver.
look. Daniel would then post that he was in Los Angeles, California, and that he was homeless because his disability services have been cut off. However, this would be proven to be untrue based off people observing his surroundings and would eventually be found back in Colorado. Fast forward another few weeks and we have the October 4th intoxication incident. On October 4th, Daniel uploaded a series of TikToks where he is clearly impaired and claiming one of his care providers got him drunk. He would post over 100 TikToks that day muttering
Good
complete
Lord.
nonsense like this.
Hello everyone. Did you know that I'm gay? Did you know that this is all acting? I love acting. Acting, 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 acting.
Yeah, there's something wrong with this
Please
guy.
don't feel uncomfortable, everyone. I am totally fine.
I would not want to be around him when he's like this. He's a danger when he's sober. When he's like this, my God, I could only imagine. 1 week later, on October 11th, he would announce he contacted
sorry,
Grace
pause.
Vanderwall through her website, and they were going to be dating.
Okay, go ahead.
I paused at 2054, but I forgot that I pushed talk on, so I'm sitting here trying to say pause, and I forgot.
It's all right.
No, if you look at his eyes.
Are you looking at?
Were you looking at his
2054?
eyes when throughout that?
Yeah, they look bloodshot.
1 week later.
Not just bloodshot, but it didn't look like he had any pupillary.
On October 11th,
Any
he
kind
would
of
announce he
pupillary
contacted Grace
reaction either.
Vanderwall through her
Yeah,
website, and they were going
very
to be
dilated
dating.
eyeballs.
Yeah, so he's either high or he's drunk, one of the two.
Yeah, I mean, there's definitely something going on here, chemically, that would, because he looks like he's like the happiest guy in the world too.
Oh yeah.
Maybe someone gave him some weed. Maybe he found some pills or something. And he took them. Something. Who knows?
Somebody offered him a brownie that was just a little bit suspicious.
Yeah. Here, Daniel. My mom made these brownies. Try them out. They're so good.
This is why I don't accept brownies from anybody.
Yeah, you gotta be careful. Well, you can usually smell the weed, but if somebody puts something like fentanyl in there, you're never gonna be able to tell.
Oh, I can't smell anything, so.
Oh, well then, yeah, I would definitely be careful. All right, you said you're at 2054?
2052 is acceptable.
I'm at 2052 too. All right, 3, 2, 1.
1 week later, on October 11th,
This is
he
where
would
people start
announce he
getting really mad
contacted
about him.
Grace Vanderwall through her website, and they were going to be dating.
This message is to Grace Vanderwall and to the fans. We are officially dating.
Daniel's paranoia and delusions were at an all-time high during this time, ultimately landing him in a mental hospital in Colorado Springs.
Now, how did he
There
get
wasn't
out,
much
though?
documented during this time, but the things that were are no surprise in the Danderson universe. He would make multiple posts declaring his hatred for the police.
Hate the police, and the police are pigs.
Yo, for a second I thought he had a boner.
Wishing JoJo Siwa died in the Holocaust.
Jojo Siwa should have died in the Holocaust.
Oh
And
my
have
God.
another meltdown on TikTok Live, breaking up with Grace Vanderwall. The final big moment in 2021 would be the mac and cheese incident. On November 18th, Daniel would post a video claiming one of his care providers had done something to his mac and cheese.
This tastes like cow piss. Literal cow piss. I want to know who the put jalapenos in this. Holy my mouth is on fire. It's got something in it that's like sour as well. And if you look, it's got like little...
It looks like
things
Easy
in it.
Mac.
I don't know what it is.
He would go on to look through everything in the
little things
fridge
look like
trying to get to
pepper.
the bottom of this.
Like, I'm going to be
Yeah, it was
straight
probably
up
like the
serious.
spicy
Why
mac,
does it-
Easy Mac.
The mac and cheese tastes a lot like...
Dude, look at this,
Like-
though. Hang on. Pause it for a second. I'm at 22, 23. He's clearly got people that are going and shopping for him. They put him in a nice house. I don't know, but it looks like he has like a curfew and stuff, and he has to give up his phone whenever he is requested to and stuff like that, just to make sure that he's not reoffending. But I mean, it's not like he's had it bad life-wise the past couple of years. It looks like a lot of people try to get him help, and I just don't. I guess that they just throw their hands up and give up on him after a little bit.
I mean, if somebody's being as rough to work with as he is, I can't blame them.
Yeah, I mean, it's because I'm sure he's not the only person they deal with, too. They probably have a whole roster of people that they have to look after while they're doing this stuff, and it's just, it's probably a lot to deal with. All right, ready?
Yeah, I would agree.
All right, 22, 23. 3, 2, 1.
ranch, but with like a tangy taste. Like, that doesn't make any sense.
Alright, now at this point we've made it to 2022. Are you guys still with me? There's still 2 more years of lunacy to talk about, so buckle up. Daniel would have a few different housing situations in 2022. Sometime in the beginning of the year, Daniel would manage to somehow be given his own apartment to live in, and he was gonna have a handler come in and check on him 3 times a week. I don't know how he managed to pull this off or who set this up for him, but they clearly failed to realize what an incredible danger Daniel is to himself and others around him. Like, imagine this guy was your neighbor all of a sudden. Oh, dude, no way. It
That'd be
would only
wild.
take a
That'd be
handful
great
of
for my
weeks
YouTube
videos
channel.
to come out showing Daniel had punched
I'd probably be
dozens
nice
of
to
holes
him
in
as
his walls,
best I
broke
could.
his TV, and a large window. Daniel said he did all of this because he was threatened, and this is the results when
Hang on,
people
pause
try
it for a
and tell...
sec, Sen. I'm at 2312. You remember that guy? It was like the real fat guy who was at the picnic table. You ever see the story of him where he
I
had
don't
some?
think so.
What the hell was that guy's name? I gotta look it up now on Google. But this guy, it was kind of the same situation as Daniel Larson, where this guy had a handler and he ended up saying something inappropriate about some girls that were underage.
Oh, I know what you're talking about.
Yeah, because it reminds me of that so much.
Something Elbow.
Is that his name? Something Elbow?
No, the Elbow was in there, but he had
Johnny
really
Elbows?
funky looking. Yeah.
Is that it? Because I wanna pull this up real quick. Johnny Elbows. We'll say canceled. Wait. Okay, yeah, this is him. Looks like Oompaville did a good video, but his is really long. This is a short of him, so
You're about
we'll
to
watch
learn about
this.
the rise and fall of Johnny Elbows.
Hang on, let me send this to you real quick, Sen. So this guy reminds me a lot like Daniel Larson, where someone comes into their life, decides he's going to use them for clout, and then just kind of disregards him. By the way, I'll be here and there listening, but multitasking. All right, Trouble. Yeah, no worry. We're grateful to have any of you guys. Tina, it's awesome having you in the stream. Anybody who joins us who's new, you guys are more than welcome, and we hope to see you guys in the Discord, because that's where we really develop a cool relationship with our people. Yep, my dad did the same thing at his apartment. I felt bad for his neighbors. I always had to call him and yell at him to go to bed. Yeah, I can't imagine, dude. That's like got to be 24-hour anxiety knowing that any moment you can get called about your pop. And what he did. All right, you ready to do this tiny little video from Noah?
I will let you
Noah
do that.
Glenn
I
Carter?
need to go use the bathroom.
All right, well, while you do that, I'll go over this video real quick with you guys. All right, so this is the story of Johnny Elbows.
You're about to learn about the rise and fall of Johnny Elbows. So Johnny started his TikTok journey all
He
the
looks
way
pretty
back in
helpless, right?
That was when he went extremely viral for his Gotta Be Quicker Than That video that at this point almost everybody has seen. Now when that video went viral, Johnny did not have his own official TikTok page. The video went viral back in March of 2022, and the earliest post on Johnny's TikTok page is this one, which of course is at a playground. That was posted back in October of 2022. After making
Now,
his
this
account,
story
Johnny
is
pretty consistently had some
kinda
viral
sad,
hits,
but it's also
nothing quite reached the heights of the You Gotta
pretty
Be
creepy
Quicker
at the
Than
same
That
time.
video. For the most part, Johnny was pretty well liked by the over 100,000 people that followed him. And for the most part, everything was going pretty good for Johnny until this very infamous live stream. You see, during this stream, Johnny was at a park, and there were some kids at the park that wouldn't leave Johnny
I don't know
alone.
how
It
you
seemed
can't
like
feel
they were
bad for
being
this guy.
pretty
Just
mean.
one look at him.
As the kids were
Not the
walking
guy
away,
talking. I'm
Johnny
sure he
decided
has
to
it easy.
comment on one of the girls'
But the guy behind him in the...
This one infamous comment basically ended Johnny's career in social media. This specific clip from the live stream went ultra viral, and it seemed like everybody in the world turned against Johnny Elbows. Because of this, Johnny decided to make one final video on his account where he says that he will not be returning to TikTok ever again. I guess we'll just have to wait and see in the future if Johnny ever does decide to make
It's sad because I honestly don't know if these guys really understand like what they're saying, because most of these people, right? So for us who watch a lot of this stuff, we understand the concept of how many people are going to be sitting down and watching your videos, you know? So when you say stuff, it has a big meaning behind it. But someone like Johnny Elbows, right? He probably has no idea when he's saying something just how many people are looking at it. Now, I know that he probably realized he was starting to get a little popular towards the end there. But for a guy like that who's had no wins probably in his life, to start getting wins, probably felt like he was on a roll, and he kind of got that I'm invincible type style to his name. So there's no way in my mind, like Cenros said, yeah, they don't understand the impact of the things they say. For him, you know, he might have just been trying to make the guy who's filming him laugh. But there's so many more people who are looking for any reason to take you out, and which is a shame because, I mean, most of us who would have a life like that, guys, it would be hard to get through. You know, I can't imagine it's easy living like that every day. All right, I know Cenros ain't back yet, but he'll join us when he comes back. I'm going to be at 23:12, so.
Tell him what to do. A user on Reddit named Lootbox Production would post this comment. Lootbox Productions was another manager of Daniel's who supposedly tried to offer legitimate help to Daniel. At one point, he would make this post. To make a long story short, they claimed they did not like the idea of people managing Daniel, and that they had no access to the Cash App accounts used to donate goods and money to him as well. This post would receive a mostly positive response from the Danderson community. You see, at this point, people legitimately wanted to see Daniel succeed regardless of all the pedophile allegations. It's really weird. Regardless of all of this, Daniel...
Nick doesn't understand the fact that most people understand that Daniel's mentally challenged. Like, Nick, I don't know if... Nick must be a young guy, and he probably must not, you know, really know a whole lot about mentally challenged people, but most people... Thank you, sweetie. Love you. Most people understand that when you're dealing with someone who is mentally challenged like this, most of the time they don't understand the right and the wrong of a lot of the things they say and do. So the reason why people were all up for supporting him is because, you know, he probably legitimately did not know what he was saying. And that's really what it comes down to. I'm at 23:45, then.
Yep,
back on the Daniel video. But yeah, like this is like Nick's acting like it's weird that people want to support this guy, but they want to support him because they know that he's mentally challenged, not because they think he's like some hardcore predator or whatever. He's just a guy who, you know, doesn't know the difference between right and wrong because he's not, his mind mentally has not aged that far along. As far as he's concerned, he likes kids because they remind him of himself, you know. Again, I'm not justifying any kind of maps out there. I think it's absolutely like the grossest thing you could do. But at the same time, we have to look at all the facts here, and it's the fact that Daniel Larson doesn't know. Like, you can, I bet you if you asked Daniel Larson to do like simple addition problems, he'd probably have a hard time with it.
Yeah, I agree.
All right, we're gonna jump back.
I agree with Trouble as well.
He needs resources. Yeah, absolutely he does. All right. And
Ready
people
when
want
you are.
to likely see that happen. Yeah, I agree. Tina, please don't feel like you have to tiptoe around the mental illness on my account. You're in a different room.
Accord.
Oh, yeah. So everything keeps getting blocked by this darn heart that's in the bottom corner of my screen. But
Yeah, I know.
So it always cuts off words. YouTube needs to fix that. Just put it down at the end of the chat thing or something.
I agree.
I totally agree. Like, it's I'm not tiptoeing. I wouldn't say I'm tiptoeing. I mean, I try to be nice about a lot of the things that I do. So, you know, it's not so much tiptoeing, but I'm also not a professional at this kind of stuff. Sarah Lee Larson is in jail, and like I almost feel for the jerk going through the withdrawals from not having his phone, but I feel more for the CEOs having to deal with him. Yeah, because I would agree with you. First off, Sarah, welcome. But the CEOs are probably not equipped to deal with someone like Daniel. If there is someone, he is in fact in jail, I feel like they probably would have pivoted him to a mental hospital.
They most likely will only put him in the mental hospital once he's sentenced.
Yeah, Larson spits in the face of people with mental illness. I don't see. It's complicated because on one hand, I don't think he realizes how bad he is. I mean, I guess unless Sarah's suggesting that she thinks that maybe he's kind of like acting like this, which I don't know. I mean, if he did, looking at the videos of him when he was a kid, it seems like this is just who he is. I think that he's, I just don't think that he knows the difference between right and wrong, if we're being honest here.
So,
go ahead.
I'm going to put my 2 cents in. I am not by any means a doctor, nor am I a psychologist, but from what I can see based off of the mannerisms, the way he talks, and just overall how gullible. I mean, that people can be gullible at my age or even your age, Philly, but not that gullible. I mean,
he believes like everything anybody says to him. I
Yeah.
think he's kind of picked up on the fact that over the years he can't believe every single thing that they say, but there's certain people in there who have infiltrated his trust, and those are the ones who are the worst because they're the ones who get him to like take out his, ding-a-ling on stream, and the ones who get him to pull the fire alarm or convince him at Olive Garden that they're soliciting nude photos of him. So it's definitely I'd like to know whether or not Daniel would be doing this stuff if there wasn't people in his ear telling him to. And I just have a feeling he probably wouldn't be. I mean, he would definitely probably still break things because of his autism. I think he blames things on his mental illness when it's convenient for him. Yeah, I mean, I could see that because I have seen videos of him where he's just being completely rude to people. So
from what I've seen, he doesn't believe he has a mental illness, from what I can understand.
He did
He
say
thinks he's okay.
I think in the beginning of the video he did say something about like I have autism, bipolar, schizophrenia, or something like that. I know someone posted that in the chat. I hope I'm not getting confused. I did believe he said something about his mental illness, but I wouldn't be shocked too if like people told him, that he doesn't have a mental illness. So it's definitely confusing at least. Not unless he is in court ordered that he has to stay. He can sign himself out because he's an adult. Hopefully a judge will make him incompetent to make decisions on his own. I agree because if they let him out by himself, he's going to end up right back in prison. It's only a matter of time. And if they take away his ability to make any money online, which some judges do, like I know some guy who was court ordered to not stream on the internet, which I don't understand how you can do that. Because in my opinion,
You most certainly can.
yeah, but I mean, like constitutionally wise, wouldn't that be affecting your freedom of speech, like to not be allowed to use the internet? I mean, I understand if you're doing stuff like CP or whatever, not having access to the internet, but for people who are just on there streaming and stuff, to court order them to not be able to stream, that seems strange to me. Like I would, if I was a lawyer, I'd want to know the constitutional.
They can. I just know they can.
I know they can do
I'd
because it
have to
happened
look
to
it.
people
I'd
I
have to
know.
look it up and see what the justifications and the civil proceedings for that would be, as to how. Yeah, thank you, Trouble. It's not a First Amendment thing.
Where would it qualify as then? Is it because like
when?
So
So
I feel
have
like
you
that
ever
would be
heard-
an infringing on your rights to communicate freely with people, or like.
Have you ever heard of the saying, "Your rights end when it impedes on others"?
Yeah.
I think that's where it falls under, is if the person is doing something that could personally harm someone, at that point they can be like, hey, you can't do this anymore.
I can
'cause
understand, like-
you're hurting other people now, and you just can't do that. And then they take away their right to do that, so that way they don't hurt anybody else.
Because, I mean, like, on one hand, I can understand not wanting someone to stream because, it's bothering someone else, but to tell them they can't stream at all. Sarah says that is a slippery slope for judges when it comes to telling people what they cannot be on social media. And I have friends that's a judge, and she struggles with that. Trouble says, so there's conditions regarding facilitating crime via communications a la internet. Used to it was a phone. Yeah, I mean, I would like to dive further into this, maybe give this its whole stream and kind of look into the aspects of why that's why that's allowed. Because again, I know you guys say that you don't believe it's First Amendment, but in my opinion, like I feel like most people should have like a right to be able to use the internet if they want, or at least stream. Like if I was a content creator and somehow I was in custody court and the mother convinced the judge that I was bad-mouthing her online, and the judge was like, all right, you're ordered to not use streaming when that's your primary income. Like, I feel like there would be some ethical questions in there. So when people commit a crime using those things, they would be restricted from accessing the thing that they used to commit a crime for a period. Okay, so they would have to have committed a crime for that to not be allowed. When people are on social media, they have responsibilities to act a certain way towards each other, and Daniel Larson does not comply with those responsibilities. Yeah, I would definitely agree. I think that mostly that's from people who are telling him, though, to do these things. But if that leads to him being endangered, it would make sense why they would make a ruling to not let him online there. If he's exposing himself to being led by dangerous people, then I can totally see why a judge would want to make that ruling.
Yeah, I was going to say, I think at this point, it might be in his best interest for them to take away his access because he's going to get himself hurt severely.
Yeah, especially for people who go looking for him. I saw a video of a guy who was flying a drone, and he found Daniel Larson. He just started filming him with the drone, and Daniel started freaking out. No, Lord knows, what he would be capable of if he thinks that, like, if someone convinced him it was a CIA and they were getting ready to take him out or something like that, he'd probably do some crazy things to get away.
So more recently, what I've seen from Mr. Larson is somebody found him in a Macy's, and they apparently were looking for him, and they dumped a bottle of fart spray on him.
Is that recorded?
Yes.
Can you find that real quick? I want to see that.
Yeah. Give me a sec.
All right. While he's looking for that, Sarah says, keep in mind, though, I told the trolls very responsible for Daniel's actions. Yes, he is a grown man and can make his own decisions, but his low intelligence makes him so influenable? Like influential? It does. I definitely think that his... influence... I get what you're saying. I don't know how to pronounce that word. That's where my intelligence ends. But yeah, I agree. Like it's like if someone were to tell Daniel to go punch somebody, and he agreed, that is a dangerous situation for him to be in. And I think that Daniel would probably be better off living the rest of his days under supervised. Maybe not. There's got to be hospitals out there where people can live for really long times. You know what I mean? Like, there's got to be a hospital out there where people can go and live for extended periods of time, and maybe.
I sent you a link to the, and I have it time-stamped already.
All right, yeah, Sarah, I figured it was something along those lines. I wasn't sure if you knew a word that I didn't know. Oh, crap.
Workers are going to have to deal with him. And today, Daniel,
That's not where I wanted to go. I want to put this one over here. All right, cool. All right, so this is the video that Cenros sent me. This is Daniel Larson gets kicked out of a hospital and argues with the cops again. We starting at 0?
211.
211. All right, 212. All right, 3,
That works.
2, 1.
And today, Daniel and this dude probably did more of a number on this Macy's than you would think, but it's probably not even going to be hard for you guys to see that, considering we're about to watch the video right now.
Dude, he's got his own website, Larson Leak.
That's not him. That's somebody else.
That's horrible, man. That's assault.
It is. But it gets better.
He's punching himself in the head.
Dude's freaking out. Holy shit!
Oh my god.
Hey, someone get security. This guy's freaking out. So, hey, this guy's freaking out. Someone get security. He's knocking shit over. Whoa, whoa, whoa. Hey, back up. What the fuck are you talking about? You
That's so sad calling him the
Yeah.
R word. That's like the one time where
That's
that
great.
I'd have a problem with hearing that word.
What the fuck? I think this, bro, you better get someone. This guy was like freaking out on me. I was following him and he's like freaking out on me.
Is this the guy who put the fart spray on him though?
Yeah.
This guy
Yeah,
should
back
be
up,
arrested
Daniel.
for assault.
He should.
I'm sorry, I know that Daniel ended up destroying displays, but this guy clearly assaulted him by throwing fart spray on him.
This fucking homeless
Pause real
is
quick.
harassing me, bro. Get him away from me.
Alright, go ahead.
So, yeah, you're totally right. What that would be considered is not really assault with a deadly weapon, but it would be a battery at the very least.
Yeah, because he's going out of his way and he's putting that stuff on Daniel when Daniel was asking him to leave him alone. And now this guy recorded himself doing a crime. I want to see what the comments are on here. I have a lawyer, you're going to need 30. Now, this is Smokey MC's YouTube, and he covers a lot of this stuff, but I'm just curious if anybody like actually felt bad for this guy. Daniel Larson is the only person I know who can tell. Oh, well, this is probably later on. Again, I don't like that this is how this all went down. As much as I dislike Daniel, people should not provoke him publicly. It never ends well for anyone. That's probably like the only comment I saw so far that was for Daniel in this situation. And I don't know how you can be against him because he was minding his own business. The only reason he even snapped out like this is because he, had that happen to him. And that's from someone going out of their way to bother him.
Even Smokey, at very early in the video that I skipped past, but he does go to say, the person that did this is a piece of trash. Why would they know full well that this man has schizophrenia and bipolar disorder? And you're going to sit here and, what if one of these days he snaps too bad and then he actually ends up hurting somebody really badly?
Yeah. I missed a couple. The chat's starting to go off with people comments. So Sarah said, Daniel creates a dialogue that needs to happen when it comes to human rights and people with his type of mental illness and disability impeding on others. At what point are we impeding on his human rights by locking him up in a mental institution? But also, at what point is he impeding on ours? And at what point do we hold the trolls responsible? It's like Frankenstein. He created a monster, and that monster killed the trolls, in essence, have done the same thing minus the killing. And Trouble said, Lee, for that to happen, creating awareness with some of the mental health professionals totally unaware of the internet ecosystem. Kat said, terrible. Absolutely terrible. It is. It's sad. I mean, and then Trouble added, manslaughter is death. I'm getting scrambled. And that you're saying that could be considered manslaughter for putting that on there, or are you talking about like I must have missed something in the chat for that? But The trolls have created a monster, and they're all surprised when that monster acts like a monster. Well said, Sarah. Exactly. That's the point. These people are going out there. Like, these people who are so obsessed with Daniel Larson, I don't see why they wouldn't go out of their way to go hunt him down, find him, and then create content themselves. Because I'm sure that people know that Daniel Larson content gets clicks. Like, look at Smokey's video. Just this video has 113,000 views in 7 days. If you don't think people see that as money and cash signs, you're crazy.
So I'd like to fix what Trouble said. They meant to say assault, not manslaughter.
Oh, okay. Yeah, because I saw
because yes, it could be
no
considered assault.
That's what I thought it was.
I was going to say assault with a bodily fluid, but that's not what it is. I forget what the terminology.
You're right,
would
Tina.
Be again,
bullies. What's the word you're looking for?
That's the thing. I can't remember what it was, but it's assault with something.
Yeah, I know. I think I know what you're talking about.
I think it's assault with a hazardous material.
It sounds right. I mean, it's fart spray. If someone did that to me, I would. I don't know if I'd press charges. I'd probably just beat their butt. But
Smokey, cause I don't necessarily want to go through and watch all of this, but Smokey does say at one point in this video that the dude not only should he be charged with assault, but also, what about the Macy's that now has fart spray all over their stand?
Good point. Good point.
You can't sell that. That stuff is horrible.
Let's jump ahead in this video to when the cops get there, because I assume it's just going to be Daniel destroying some things. We already know
they don't actually show up for that one, but they do for a police or hospital.
Dude, now listen, I'm covering Daniel Larson right now, so I can't really say that much. But these channels like Smokey and Nick, who pretty much like make a living off of just covering Daniel Larson, I think actually
jump to 10.
Actually ends up hurting Daniel Larson in the long run, because people are looking to become part of the content. And like, especially if you're like a fan of Smokey MC, and you know that if you can get a good video out of Daniel Larson by hunting him down because you know he lives around you, and you go,
I'm sorry, 1329.
You're killing me, Smalls. And you know that you can get content by finding this guy and getting him to record, and you'll end up on Smokey's channel with 83,000 subscribers. Like, it's pretty easy to see why people would want to hunt him down. Sarah says, I believe the trolls would act differently if it was their lives and their families' lives being negatively impacted by Daniel's actions. I would agree 100%. Yeah, they might be much less likely to try and do stuff like that if there was people who they cared about being around were in harm's danger.
So, do you remember when we were reading the arrest that it said he was going to college?
Yeah. He's not, right? I think you said that.
Well, when we hit play, you're going to see which college he's going to.
All right. I'm at 1301. Is that cool?
Yep.
All right. 3, 2, 1.
This. Like, it doesn't seem to, like, he is on recording right here, threatening that against this hospital, and nothing's going to be done about it. This is ridiculous. The idea that Daniel is just a poor innocent victim in all this gets thrown out the window when he says stuff like that. Yeah, the trolls are assholes for doing this stuff in public and fucking up other people's days, but they're not going around forcing Daniel to say this type of crazy nonsense. And it's got to be something that's looked into. I don't know, man. You guys let me know. What do you guys think about all this? I'd love to know. I want to get onto something that's a bit of a lighter note, though. I previously brought up how Daniel thinks he's going to school again, and he's talking about his lesson plans here on his YouTube channel, saying that he learned about the first king of Texas today in his world history class. You know he believes this hook, line, and sinker, right? Like, he's not going to question this. In the next one, you're about to see Daniel talk about how he learned about the
the fake college stuff
cities
is funny.
of
There's
Texas
certain
today.
parts, we were saying that
Guys wanna
earlier,
take a
Sarah,
wild
there's
guess
certain
what
parts
they
of
are?
this that are
Come
funny.
on, everyone knows
But
this. We all had history
stuff
class
like
in
this is
school.
sad.
Well, just to jog
Like,
your memory,
not this
those would
part
be the
exactly,
great
but the
cities
part
of
before where he's getting
Houstonia
fart spray
and
put on him.
Daedalus. Whoever made this, what an asshole.
Major
Like, in
cities
fact,
of
this was
ancient Texas.
specifically made for Daniel Larson.
Houstonia.
Just as I was starting to make this video, I saw that Daniel posted one saying that he's doing a fan meetup at the Aurora Mall today. You know, he does
Oh my
stuff like this,
God.
right?
Can you
He
pause real quick?
posts that he's going to be
Yeah,
at the
hang on.
Aurora Mall, and he highly expects fans.
Okay, go ahead.
Where did you pause at?
I'm at 1432.
Damn, so close. No, I would disagree. This college thing, it's not hurting anybody per se, but it's also not helping anything either because he fully believes this stuff is real.
Yeah.
And he's going to go around telling people.
Well, I don't think
and
many
he's
people
just going to get made fun of.
Well, I think unfortunately, I think he's going to get made fun of either way. I think that all these channels, like Tina said, riding the coattails of everything Daniel Larson does, are part of the problem. Now, I know that we're content creators, and I'm literally watching this right now, but we're trying to take a perspective of, like, the ethics behind all this, as where, like, a lot of these guys are just kind of, like, exploiting him for growth. And, like, you know, like Sarah said, some of this stuff is genuinely funny, like when he was talking about the King of Texas and stuff like that. But before that, you know, Smokey was saying, like, for those of you who feel bad for this guy, it's hard to feel bad for him when he says stuff like this. And I'm like, well, yeah, but you can't. He might say absolutely terrible things, but at the same time, he doesn't know what he's saying is that terrible. You know, he doesn't realize the implications in the things he says. If you think that, like, someone like Daniel Larson is capable of, like, really insightful thought, you know, I would question the accuracy of that statement.
Yeah, the biggest thing I take away from a lot of this is the man is definitely mentally challenged.
No, I know, Tina. I didn't know
And
I didn't think you were talking about me. I didn't want to be hypocritical and say that these guys shouldn't be doing this while I'm streaming about it. You know what I mean? So I had to cover my tails there. Sorry, Cenros. Go ahead.
So, like I was saying, the biggest thing I take away from this is the man is mentally challenged. He doesn't understand. He can't process the implications of his actions, and people are using that to their advantage.
Yeah.
All the meanwhile hurting this man severely.
Mm-hmm.
And he really does need help. And I hope, like they said earlier in the comments, you know, I really do hope that a judge sits there and they're like, okay, this has gone on way too long.
Mm-hmm.
You need...
It doesn't take a genius to look at some... Like, if I was the prosecuting attorney, right, I would easily just take Nick's video, take all the most important parts, and be like, this is why he's a danger to the public. Not because Daniel himself is dangerous, and even though he might be, it's the people that are in his ear telling him to go do those things.
Exactly. He's too gullible
I'll
for
check
his
that
own
out.
good.
I'll check out Brad Kirk's channel, Sarah, when I get some time. I'm always looking for new channels to find. But yeah, no,
Sarah, if you're in
right.
the Discord, I'd be happy if you if you aren't already, feel free to join and throw that in the live.
Yeah, if you guys
live
are
topics, and then I can also take a look at it.
If you guys are enjoying the stream, please consider joining the Discord. That's where most of us keep these conversations going when we're not streaming. I mean, for the majority of the time, I will be streaming more in the future. I haven't figured out which days I'm going to do that yet, though. So right now, it's just Sunday nights are the only nights we have nailed down as a streaming night, and it's always from 7 to 9. And but a lot of the other time, I like to focus on creating videos and stuff. But we will be adding more streams to the week, so I'll keep you guys updated on that.
Yeah, I will probably not be there for some of them. If Philly asks me, hey, are you able to pop in? I will happily pop in.
Yeah, the majority of the other streams will probably just be me and then maybe like guests that I have. But Cenros will be the Sunday. It'll be Sundays with Cenros.
Hey, that's got a ring to it.
That does. Sundays with Cenros.
Sundays with
Yeah, here you go. Sunday. I was waiting for you to try and do it. I know that you're like hurting.
I tried and my throat just closed up so hard I can't.
Sarah, you're not real familiar with Christian, and honestly, I don't want to be, but I'm familiar with Letitia Collins, and I'm truly amazed. Yo, I'm telling you, Sarah, Christian is by far the most documented human being on the internet. And Turkey Tom, I know Trouble, you don't like Turkey Tom, but I like Turkey Tom. He has a really, really good, thorough documentary about Christian on his channel. So I would check that out if you ever want to get familiar with him. Now, his story, Christian, I think is a little different story because I don't think Christian is fully mentally challenged. I think he has Asperger's syndrome, but his intelligence is much higher than Daniel's. And I don't think the cases are similar in that, Christian doesn't know what he's doing is wrong. I think Christian knows what he's doing is wrong. He just don't care. That's where Daniel...
I would like you to do one on Jupiter.
Yeah, I'll have to check that out too.
That one's a pretty hot topic right about now too.
Yeah, I'll take a look. I mean, this stuff with Pierogi and Sarah is starting to wind down unless, Savannah is starting to wind down. So unless Savannah reaches out to me and tells me that she wants to talk, I'm probably going to end up being done with that story unless there's any kind of new things that pop up. So I'm definitely looking for my next topic to discuss. Jupiter might be cool if I can find some things to talk about with them. Or talk about it with there. And we also got an interview with Jimmy coming up, and we're going to have an interview with Summer coming up, too, from Fish Tank, so that's exciting stuff as well. A lot of good things happening on the channel. All right, we got 2 minutes left, so what we're going to do is, I think we could put... Is there anything specific you want to hear in this video?
No. That was really the biggest thing, is that me calling out the person that wanted to throw fart spray on somebody.
Yeah, that was pretty pathetic. All right, so that was
Sarah. We also have Philly's business email as well.
Yeah. But I'm a techie. I don't understand Discord. Yeah, I totally feel you. All right, yeah. So man, the chat, we're not used to the chat going this hard, and I love it, dude. This is awesome. Eventually, one day I won't be able to keep up with everything that's going on in the chat, but it's cool to have a bunch of people in there tonight. A bunch of new faces. I love that because that means that we're on the right track and we're growing. And, I love meeting new people, and you guys are incredible, especially a lot of you guys have been taking such great parts in this conversation, and it definitely helps make the stream more exciting for us. Makes it more exciting for you because we have things that we can respond to, and a lot of you guys have really, really good takes on this stuff. Especially,
and hopefully my throat will not be as sore next week.
Well, you gotta stop. I don't know what you're doing over there. You gotta stop snoring when you sleep or something.
I actually think my boss is the one that got me sick.
Oh, well, and then call out and be like, "Look what you've done to me. Look what you did."
If I'm feeling the same way tomorrow with everything that's going on with me, I am not going into work.
Yeah. So let's just read the last couple of things that were said. The one thing was from... Okay, I think they were talking to each other, so we don't have to. All right, so cool, guys. This was a fun stream. We were talking about Daniel Larson. We have a lot of good stuff coming up. Like I said, Jimmy Summer from Fish Tank will be getting interviewed soon once I set that up. I have so many questions to talk to with Jimmy about because I literally made 2 videos about his time there, and both of them did pretty well. My summer video did the best, but it's Fish Tank's over now. I'll probably be doing a Fish Tank video talking about the ending of it too, and we'll be also we have some good stuff coming up. Trouble's gonna help us with some cool topics coming forward. And there's just so much to look forward to. Like, as a channel, we're just starting to find ourselves and figure out where we fit into the whole threshold. And I really like this empathetic, compassionate take. that we've been doing and trying to keep things civil and at very, very balanced. I feel like there's no better way to earn trust with people than to have even-keeled takes where you're not afraid to go with the unpopular opinion if you see that is more likely the accurate take on a situation, if that makes sense.
I would more say the other person on the stream with him would be Cenros. And that is me.
Yeah. Cenros, the other guy. He's a guy on Twitch. If you guys want to follow him, Cenros on Twitch. He streams all the time too. Yes, Sarah, that's my co-host. You missed the beginning of the show when I introduced him, but that's actually that's my conscious speaking. Somehow I wired it in with my Neuralink to tell people that, to let my conscience speak for me when I'm. Yes, Cenros, type your name. There you go. That's him.
There we go.
That's the co-streamer right there. So if you want to go watch him play some cool games, he's got a fun little community over there on Twitch as well. So make sure you follow everybody. Sorry, my YouTube is messing up. It's not showing comments that I post. So I don't know what is posting now. That's a good thing I'm reading them to you, Sarah. But anyway, guys, thank you guys so much for hanging out tonight. This was a fun stream. It was really, really great to see so many new faces in here. This is exactly what we want. As long as you guys keep showing up, I'll keep pumping out the content, and I'll do my best to be fair and funny and honest and truthful.
Make sure you leave a like.
That should be my new
leave
quote.
A comment.
Fair and funny, thoughtful and truthful. Bam, done. New banner coming. You heard it.
Put it on a shirt.
Put it on a shirt. Put it on a tank top so we can show off our guns. Thank you, Tina, so much.
I'm too cold for that.
I'm talking over here like so much. Thank you, Tina, for hanging out since the beginning of the stream. You're a champ. So again, you guys are the best. With that said, guys, I hope you guys enjoy your work week. I know it's rough. Sunday scaries are real, but together we can do it. Don't worry, I'm not getting to go home and do nothing for the rest of the week except make videos. I got 2 other jobs. I got 2 real jobs that I do, and they are very real. So you're very welcome, Sarah. It's my pleasure to do this stream for you guys. And Cenros, it's his pleasure too, right, Cenros?
Yes, sir.
All right, cool. All right, guys, with that said, my name's E.G. Lately. This is Later with Lately, and we will see you guys next Sunday, maybe before, if I figure out a streaming schedule. So just keep up on the community tab, and I'll keep that stuff all coming for you. All right, guys, peace out. Take care.